The midnight hour cast a thick blanket of darkness over the desolate highway, a lonely ribbon of black asphalt. It cut a path through the heart of the wilderness. Here was Sarah, our lone traveler, the only sign of life on this isolated road. Her car, like a metallic beetle, hummed quietly against the hush of the night. The eerie silence was broken only by the low throb of the car's engine and the soft whisper of the wind. It was in this unsettling quiet that Sarah's gaze was drawn to her rearview mirror. There, reflected in the glass, was a pair of glowing red eyes, distant yet unnerving. A shiver ran down her spine, her pulse quickening. A sense of dread began to creep into her consciousness. Her heart pounded in her chest like a trapped bird, matching the rhythm of the car's trembling engine. Panic began to claw at her, and in response, Sarah pressed harder on the gas pedal, trying to outpace the unsettling presence lurking behind. The red-eyed specter persisted, drawing nearer with each passing moment. Sarah's mind was a whirlpool of fear and dread, her heart pounding in her chest like a drum. Those glowing red eyes, they grew larger, more distinct, revealing themselves to be the fiery orbs of a massive black wolf. This was no ordinary beast. Its fur was as dark as the night itself, seeming to swallow the scarce light that dared to pierce the darkness. Sarah's pulse quickened, her breath hitched as the wolf kept pace with her car. It ran with an effortless grace that belied its monstrous size, its gaze never wavering from her. The predatory stare, those burning red eyes, they seemed to pierce through the glass, through her very soul. Fear gripped her, a vice around her heart, and panic bubbled up from within. Her hands trembled on the steering wheel as the wolf matched her speed, running effortlessly alongside her car. With a sudden jolt, the engine coughed and sputtered, and Sarah's car came to an abrupt halt. Panic surged through Sarah like a tidal wave, her heart pounding in her chest like a war drum. Her desperate attempts to restart the car were futile. It remained as silent and motionless as the wilderness that surrounded her. Simultaneously, the wolf halted its pursuit, its gaze now fixed directly on Sarah through the window. The chilling sensation that crept down her spine was as palpable as the frosty air outside. The creature began to approach the vehicle, each footfall a soft thud against the asphalt, echoing ominously in the quiet night. Sarah could only watch in petrified silence as the wolf pressed its massive snout against the glass. Its breath fogged the window, a low, guttural growl rumbling through the air. The beast was close now, so close that Sarah could feel the hot breath of the beast on the glass. She could feel the hot breath of the beast as it peered directly into her soul. In a surge of terror-induced bravery, Sarah closed her eyes and let out a blood-curdling scream. The eerie silence of the night was shattered by her voice, a desperate plea echoing through the wilderness. Her heart pounded in her chest like a war drum, each beat resonating with primal fear. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as if the world was holding its breath. She could feel the icy gaze of the wolf, its monstrous presence looming just beyond the frail barrier of glass. The chilling sensation of being hunted, of being prey, clawed at her sanity, threatening to pull her into the abyss of terror. Gathering every ounce of courage, she dared to open her eyes. The world blinked back into focus, and she found herself alone. The wolf had vanished, evaporated into the night like a phantom. The only evidence of its existence was the haunting echo of its growl, a chilling lullaby that would forever linger in her memory. When she dared to open them again, the wolf had vanished, leaving behind nothing but the haunting echo of its growl. Shaken and trembling, Sarah eventually managed to restart her car, speeding away from the desolate road. Her heart pounded in her chest like a frantic drum as she navigated her way out of the wilderness, the eerie silence of the night replaced by the labored hum of the car engine. Yet even as the miles increased between her and that forsaken stretch of highway, she couldn't shake off the chilling encounter. The memory of the wolf's glowing red eyes was etched into her mind, haunting her like a ghost from a nightmare. They were the embodiment of her fear, the specter of the unknown that had stared right into her soul. It was a presence that lingered, a chilling reminder of the predator that had run alongside her in the dead of night. Sarah would carry these memories with her, a mark left by the midnight encounter. The image of those glowing red eyes haunted her, etched into her memory, a chilling reminder of the night she encountered the lone wolf on that empty, forsaken stretch of highway.